Take a load off, grab a seat. Pull up a chair, prop up the feet. That's fine by me. Fine by me. Yeah. It's podcast time.
Ready.
Now, let's rock.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
Hey, everybody, fine by me.
April Fool's Day.
April Fool, bitch.
Yeah.
Nick, what you been up to today?
Man, I did a 24-hour fast today, and I got to about the 20th hour, and I put a fat dip in.
You
And I
got lightheaded?
Yeah, I was headed to prep a job in Bowling Green, and I left Josh's house, and I just turned around and came back home and laid on the couch. I was like, I'm gonna just lay down for the last 4 hours of this fast.
Whenever I was younger, my little brother drank like half of a Dr. Pepper bottle of dip spit after football practice one time, and he lay on the couch for like 6 hours. He said the room was spinning so bad.
Heck of a buzz, baby.
Man.
Heck of a buzz.
He can't even smell grizzly wintergreen now without gagging.
I got tobacco poisoning one time working in the tobacco field.
Tobacco poisoning? Is that a real thing?
Yeah.
Well,
It's just like
nicotine poisoning. Yeah.
Please elaborate.
It's just like getting sick off a dip. It's tobacco poisoning, nicotine poisoning. But
You feel
if
like-
there's a real heavy dew on the tobacco plant and you go out in the field early in the morning, the chemicals will seep into your spores and you'll get a buzz. And
It's
I
in
was
your
throwing
skin.
up.
The
That's
chemicals.
crazy.
It's not even the nicotine. It's the chemicals that are on it.
Well,
It's-
maybe.
What's on there?
Monsanto or whatever the hell it is.
Santo.
Jake,
Yeah.
show me a soda, bitch.
Mm. I mean, if we're gonna get into medical stuff like Monsanto, we might as well just get this first ad read out of the way.
I'm nervous.
Introducing Wart Away.
Don't cause me any extra work.
Okay, the genital wart medicine that promises to get rid of those pesky warts. But be aware, our powerful formula comes with some truly horrific side effects, including extreme nausea, hair loss, temporary blindness, severe allergic reactions such as anaphylaxis, difficulty breathing, swelling of the face and throat, and potential death. Can cause damage to the vital organs, failure such as liver, kidneys, or heart failure, seizures, tremors, or hallucinations. Are you ready to take the risk for a smooth, wart-free penis? Choose Wart Away if you dare.
If you dare.
We want to thank Wart Away for being our first sponsor of the episode.
I like how it ends with if you dare. So it's like you can either dare and do this and have terrible chances of these terrible side effects, or dare to live the way you're living
What's worse?
I'll be
and
honest.
be riddled.
After last week, I couldn't even appreciate anything you just. I was just in. I have PTSD from last week. I'll be.
He was just screening the whole time, making sure he was just. I could see him calculating in his eyes
On
all
the
things you were saying.
bail button. He was on the bail button. Like, in Zoom call.
He was literally hanging on every word.
Yeah.
I was like, how many beeps am I going to have to figure out how to put in this week?
I've got PTSD from the protest at Western last week.
Oh,
God.
yeah,
I
same.
did not like it at all.
I just want to bury all that.
Yeah.
So we got there, and, me and Wes, we just mosey our way into the crowd. We got our phone on our little handheld deal.
For people maybe just now tuning in, tell them what you went to.
Oh yeah, Kyle Rittenhouse was speaking at Western, and me and Wes just wanted to go up there and report what was going on.
I didn't go.
Get some videos. Josh didn't go. He was afraid of getting trampled, which is understandable. But
we saw, yeah.
I knew better.
We weren't in the crowd for 3 minutes. All right, our Fine By Me shirts came in, by the way. We'll talk about that here in a little bit, how you can order.
Yeah.
But we were wearing our Fine By Me shirts, and this very large black man walked up to us. Hey, what the fuck's that all about?
How big was he?
Fine By Me. He was Wes's height, but he had Wes by about 50 pounds probably.
Yeah.
So Shaq. He was like Shaq.
Well, Shaq's like 6'11".
I mean, like the build. He was a big guy.
They're big
He was
fella.
big.
Yeah.
He's a big fella.
Yeah.
He could have boxed you out.
It wasn't until he confronted us about the Fine by Me logo that I realized that could be misinterpreted.
Yeah.
At an event like that. And he was like, so Rittenhouse killing people, that's just all right by you. Huh, that's okay. And I was caught by so much surprise. I was like, man, it's just a podcast, but
You should just said, yeah, man. I ain't about killing, I'm about chilling. And I'm just trying to chill.
Well, no, like he said, especially like everything he said, I was like, man, like just relax. We're just here like trying to like record, like we're not doing anything. Like we have no agenda here.
We're amateurs.
Yeah, we have no agenda. We're not doing anything. And then he pointed out our shirts, and I was like,
He may have a point.
I can see where you're coming from.
I can see where this doesn't look good. I didn't realize it until now.
Until this very moment.
So I was like, all right. We still sat there for another, like he moseyed on, and we still sat there for another 5 or 10 minutes. And I was like, truthfully, the only reason we even went over to where all that was happening is because that's where all the protesters were. So
He's trying to get a better look to protest, wasn't you?
No, I imagined, like, I figured, like, all these protesters were there trying to drown out what Rittenhouse was saying. So I thought he was over there speaking. But no, they were just, I've never been to a protest. I don't know how it works. But they were just over there just kind of yelling into the abyss.
A bunch of mad people usually.
They were just yelling.
No justice, no peace.
Man, I had flashbacks to damn cities being burned down during the pandemic.
I guess they were
just stuck at home watching TV.
I guess ultimately they were trying to yell in there so that like Rittenhouse and whoever could hear that going on. But in my mind, like I'd never been to something like this, so I was like, surely he's over there and they're just trying to yell over him. So that's the whole reason we even went over there.
We saw a big swarm of people head that way, and Wes looked at me and he was like, I think Rittenhouse is outside. Let's go.
Yeah, so that immediately I was like, let's go over there and see what's popping off. And it was
best thing to do is not run up on him with no skateboard, from what I can tell.
Yeah. No, I really wish you had like do you have a spare leg I can like swing with me?
Yeah, probably.
Just keep it strapped to your back.
Just keep it with you.
Hey, I'm strapped, dog.
No, I mean, like, do you have like one of your old legs?
I have it's not really like a leg. Like I just get like the knee, and all the rest of it goes together. Like I don't get like all new parts every time.
He gets a new and he sells the old ones on eBay.
Yeah,
that's fair. It's worth a lot of money, probably. So
don't tell the IRS.
They're $30,000 new.
You probably wouldn't want me just having the whole leg mechanism just swinging it.
I'd give you. You have to put some kind of deposit down.
It'd be like giving you a Toyota Camry and just be like,
yeah, like a Honda Accord. Here, have a '97 Honda Accord. $3,200.
I mean, like we didn't even get to see Rittenhouse. I think I sent it to y'all earlier. I finally saw a picture from inside of Duck of Rittenhouse. And I could barely see him even still at that point.
Man probably made $10,000, didn't even get dressed up, you know?
Well, he don't have to. He could just show up.
I mean, he's nobody, so.
Right.
He could, I mean, like, as far as whenever I say nobody, everybody's a somebody, I guess, to that point. But, like, there's no reason for him to dress up. Like, he's not a professional.
He's not a politician or nothing.
He's not
like
a professional of anything. Like,
yeah.
Whenever people that aren't professional.
He's a personality or whatever you'd say, I guess.
I don't know if he's got one of those either, but I want to see if I can find this Instagram post that I've popped off with y'all. But yeah, either way, it was an interesting, and me and Nick like commented on it like on our way back to Franklin that night. It felt like we were there for like 3 hours. And then we like got in the car and we were there for like an hour and 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Just so like mentally taxing. Mentally taxing.
Yeah.
I know like you like called me like right after like, dude, you just gotta hear what happened. And I said just felt dirty.
Yeah, I didn't care.
I'm not gonna say any names or anything, but I was editing the footage. I don't know if it's ever gonna see the light of day or not, but
no, probably not.
You have to give me some credit. I did edit it fairly and made myself look like a big old pussy. But in the background was one of our basketball coaches from back in the day. While that guy was berating me about my shirt, and the basketball coach is just like behind me, just like, "Ooh, what's going on over here?" Oh,
He's like,
Nick
yeah,
Cook.
get him.
It's Nick Cook. Let's let
I
him.
like, dude, that video, I can only watch it twice because it's like so cringy to me because I like
Yeah.
see like your whole body language and demeanor like changes
Yeah. Oh, I
immediately
didn't like it at all.
when that guy starts talking to you.
Yeah.
It just sucks because we weren't there doing anything. Like I
Yeah.
get how it looked. It's not cool. Like I
But-
get how it looked. That was not cool. But
I think I speak for all of us here. The podcast doesn't condone or care about any of that stuff. I mean, any of it. So just whatever. Free speech is
I
good.
might say that it's fine by me.
Yeah. So when you're wearing these shirts, don't think about getting beat up. Think about representing something good,
Yeah.
not nothing
Yeah.
bad. Because that's
For the
not
good,
what
man.
was meaning by being there. I don't think.
no.
So moving on.
Moving
Good
on.
times.
They finally caught Jack the Ripper's killer from London in the 1880s.
They didn't
I was
catch him.
excited to see that.
I mean, I don't think I don't think they got a hold of him
No,
Yeah.
I mean they know where he's at, but
in the ground.
Hell.
they still had some DNA evidence from underneath one of the victim's fingernails,
Ooh.
and they cross-referenced that with the suspect list from the 1880s and like still living family members that are alive today. And they found.
Wonder
this
if
guy.
he ever had any children.
Yeah, he's got. I don't know about his own children. You know, it might have been nieces and nephews and stuff down the line, but you
Yeah.
know,
Interesting. Whenever you
Yep.
sent that meme this morning with no context, I was like, what is he talking about? And then finally Wes asked what it was, and I was like, oh, okay.
I was so excited.
I just rolled with it. I was like, okay, I guess he really cares about it, so I'm gonna care about it too. So anyway, y'all have a good Easter.
Polish-born Aaron Kozeminski. Kosminski.
Yeah.
Yep. He's a Pole.
That's not the Unabomber's last name. It was Kozinski, wasn't it?
Yeah. And then you
No,
sent me
what?
Ted
Ted
Yellow's
Kaczynski.
It was no.
Ted K.
I think that was just a serial killer.
The Unabomber's name's Ted somebody. Ted something with a K.
It's not. It's not what you're saying. It is Kaczynski.
But then Josh sent me LL Cool J, Jack the Ripper. When I was listening to it, walking in to pay my water bill, and buddy, I was vibing.
It's a good song.
Yeah, it's a banger.
Man, that's that good 80s or late 80s hip hop.
Fantastic. If y'all got time later, LL Cool J, Jack the Ripper.
Classic. The throwback. That's the song of the week.
Song of the week.
Speaking of, if y'all had to pick giving up movies or music forever, which one are you keeping?
Did we not already do this, or am I?
No, we didn't. We talked about it in a pre-meeting, but we never got to it last week.
Okay, I'm going. What are y'all going?
Music, man. I'm keeping music.
Man, I think I listened to about 8 hours of music a day, and
it's always on.
Yeah, I was
might
gonna say it.
TV for an hour or two.
It's
As much as I love movies, and I really do,
yeah,
it'd be hard. Speaking of, this week's movie of the week is Flight of the Phoenix.
okay.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about it, John?
It's got Dennis Quaid. He's also in The Day After Tomorrow. Pilots an outstanding ensemble cast in this adrenaline-pumping, surefire audience pleaser that delivers white-knuckle tension, high-soaring action, and full-throttle excitement. A cargo plane on a routine flight suddenly hits a high, turbulent storm, forcing a crash, landing hundreds of miles off course in the barren Gobi Desert. Among the survivors, one eccentric passenger leads the crew to build a new plane against all odds, against all hope, and sometimes against each other. Great movie. Also starring Giovanni Ribisi, Tyrese Gibson, Miranda Otto, and Hugh Laurie, who plays House MD.
Yeah, he's
Flight
British,
of the
man.
Phoenix.
And that might be a good segue into my new segment. What are they doing in there? This week's subject is Congress. What are they doing in there? They're trying to take away our TikTok. I can tell you that.
And our Zens.
And our Zens.
Yeah.
Don't mess with a man and his nicotine addiction. I tell you that. And that has been, what are they doing in there?
You want to, speaking of what they do, this is not what they doing, but something that grinds my gears. All right, so this weekend we ordered pizza from Domino's Saturday night, and dude, I go like starving to death. I'm so excited about this pizza, and the kids are here and they're wanting pizza and stuff. So I go to open it up and I go to pull a piece of pizza out, and it wasn't cut all the way through, so I yanked the whole piece of pizza in half, dude. And like all the toppings went everywhere. And I'd be damned if both of the pizzas were just halfway cut through, not all the way down. So I had to go do their job. So the whole time I'm fussing with a pizza cutter, talking about I'm employee of Domino's now. I'm about to call up there.
That's worse than the self-checkout not working, you know?
Dude,
Some real old man
I was
shit.
so mad when I pulled that piece of pizza in half.
Yeah. You sound like a Karen at the self-checkout. Well, I don't know why y'all even here.
Yeah, dude. That's me.
That's me. Why y'all even here?
Disgruntled customer.
You need to talk to Mr. Domino himself.
Have y'all ever actually called like a 1-800 complaint number?
Oh, speaking of Mingo, one time I got a bag of that Mingo beef jerky, and it was real bland, like it didn't have any seasoning. And I sent them a message on Facebook, and they were like, "Well, what's your address?" And they sent me 2 big bags for free.
That's all. There you go, Wes. You want some beef jerky?
Yeah.
Fuck this bag.
It's bland as hell. Looks dry too.
Mingo, but I did preface it with, now I love your beef jerky. It's the best in the world. But I got a bag that was just blah.
Dog shit.
Yeah.
Ming will reach out. We would take like 3 big bags a month to be.
We done gave you 4 shout outs. Doesn't say you're better than Jack Links and everything else.
I think that was before we started recording.
Maybe not. And anyway.
No, I'm pretty sure.
Well, anyway, Jack's Links is, I guess, far less superior to Mingwa.
I think much better.
I think it's supposed. I don't like saying it like. I think it's supposed to be Mingy. I'm not kidding.
I don't think so, dude.
I'm not kidding.
You're thinking of meningitis.
No, the pronunciation might be on the back of the bag. I don't know.
Dude, you're thinking of measles. Yeah.
I fucking hate that Nick's right now.
You're thinking of midgets.
Oh!
Our name is pronounced Mingy.
What's your shirt, Nick? Is that a Cumberland Falls?
Hey, Wes is trying to prove me right real quick, if you don't mind paying him a little attention.
I think I have that same shirt. I can't see any of that, dude.
Good. We'll never be able to.
Cumberland Falls, baby.
I got that same shirt. Ain't we something?
You didn't fall in the falls, did you?
No, the time we went though, they just had a bunch of rain and it was like swelled over the banks and stuff, and I had to walk down. It was really cool though. I did have my prosthetic leg, and I walked all the way down to the falls.
To the falls.
It took half a day, but I did it.
To the falls.
Half a day there and half a day back.
I'd like to get in a barrel and ride over them.
You could have that day.
Yeah.
Might have died, but you could have done it.
That's fine.
Fine by me.
Mm-hmm.
Cumberland Falls in Corbin, Kentucky.
Hold on, I ain't never been there.
It's beautiful. It's gorgeous.
You can get to Gatlinburg by going that way. It takes like an extra 45 minutes, but it is worth
it. It is worth it. It's really pretty. And it's easy to get to. Like you can park right there by it.
I always go to Gatlinburg the fast way, and then I come back.
That way.
Just a nice drive, really, when you get down to it.
You come back through London and stuff.
Coming back, I would never want to make my comeback from vacation longer. Like that's
I like to take my time coming back.
Well, not me.
Well, whatever, dude.
Teach their own. Hey, I got something that I know that Nick's probably gonna be fired up about.
Well, how come I won't be fired up about it?
Because you're a godless heathen.
No. Fair.
But I didn't realize this. I didn't realize this was a thing before this year's. Apparently, it's been going on for the last 6, maybe even 7 years now.
Yeah.
Who in whoever's right mind was it to make the Trans Day of Visibility the same day as Easter?
That was the White House.
So Nick, let's relax. Pump the brakes. I know you're gonna be real mad about this.
I seen red go from his collar all the way up to his forehead.
But I just because the reason I'm telling you to pump the brakes is because I know I understand why you're mad, but they're only doing it to make you mad.
Right.
That's the whole thing. They're doing this to make you mad.
Don't let them win, Nick.
Wes is definitely pushing emotions onto me. I mean, I saw it and I was like, "That's gay," but that was about all the emotion I had with it. But also, he holds the president every year holds a Easter art competition with all the children from the National Guard in DC, and there weren't allowed any religious aspects to any of the art this year. Like no crosses, nothing like that. Yeah.
Really? It's what the whole holiday's about, isn't it?
That's what it's supposed to be. But
wait, did y'all just this past weekend that happened?
Yeah, over Easter. Yeah, they didn't allow any art to be entered with any religious aspect to it.
So
in the Easter art,
but that was boring.
Bunnies and eggs.
Nah.
Yeah.
False idols.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like even as we all know me, like I'm a follower of God and whatnot, but like I understand that like this is also a pagan holiday for fertility and whatnot. So like for them to just say no religion, but I guess kids don't know about stuff like that either. So it is what it is. That's still fucking dumb. Like that's so stupid.
And then I guess that leads into the Bible burning down the road from Wes's house too.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty funny. I wrote in the group text, I was like, I think it was an inside job just to get people fired up. Maybe some of those bigger churches, I could almost see some of those bigger churches getting into some kind of convoluted.
It's kind of interesting you say that. I mean, it was at Greg Locke's church, which if anybody's like big on Twitter or really like big on like the crowd that hates Christianity, you've probably heard of Greg Locke. And because he's not like a good person. Like all he does is he preaches a lot of hate. Like he really does over there at his church. And it's not even a church, it's a tent that he puts up.
Like a revival.
Yeah, it's a revival, but like he just does it year round in this.
So he's literally like a Bible seller. Like he pushes, like he's selling something. He's not just preaching.
Yeah, once he finally gets run out of Mount Juliet, he'll move on to the next place to set up his tent and do it again. Like that's what's going to.
I said it was an inside job, and Josh said, "I bet it was that fucking Joel Osteen." I died.
Somebody pull a picture of Joel Osteen up. His face cracks me up, dude.
I bet
He's
Joel
just smiling.
was this same fella. Like he had this same racket back in the day when he was just getting started. And Joel Osteen made his millions, and he doesn't have to worry about that shit no more.
Have y'all ever watched the show Righteous Gemstones?
Man, I tried, but it was so.
I could see you getting.
It was so cringy.
Yeah, it didn't bother me
because I know that there's probably quite a few of those big mega churches that are run like that. It was all about pumping up 100%. Numbers. Yeah. It was all about pumping up numbers, and the oldest son was out in like Thailand, cracking hookers and doing cocaine. And I was like, man,
doing what they do, man. Remember that stuff that come out about TD Jakes before the P. Diddy stuff?
Who?
The big black preacher TD Jakes. He's like a huge like black preacher, like multi-millionaire, huge following. But a bunch of stuff come out before, like he was like doing the same stuff like P. Diddy was doing, and they said that come out to soften the blow of this P. Diddy stuff coming out last week, so he wouldn't have such a bad public image because it was already like out that other people were doing it. Yeah.
Wait,
Just
did
something I've
we?
seen.
Before we move on, real quick, the whole Bible burning thing. I don't think we even really said what happened. So on uh Sunday morning, Easter morning, somebody pulled up like a trailer, like a. Would you say, Nick? Would you say like a?
Like a grain cart looking thing.
It was like an open trailer.
It was just
Yeah.
an open trailer. Like somebody would have, like a landscape person would have,
Yeah.
like 2
Like
zero
a dump
turns on.
trailer.
Like it would you could fit 2 zero turns on it probably, and he just like piled a bunch of Bibles on it and then lit it on fire and put it at their entrance. Like that's
Like
that's
a
what
grain
happened.
truck.
He brought them. Whoever did it brought the Bibles themselves.
I would
really-
yeah. No, it wasn't their Bibles, from what I understand at least.
They didn't like buy the Bibles and burn them. They took them somewhere else and burn them.
I think he bought the Bibles himself.
Oh, okay.
As far
Interesting.
as I know.
Well,
What's kind of funny to me too is it didn't really get a whole lot of coverage. I haven't seen it very many places.
it wasn't on any of the Nashville news stations.
So I'm like, did this Greg Lockmont guy just do this himself? And
Maybe.
Just to have something to preach about that morning.
I mean,
That's an expensive sermon.
you're making
You got insurance. You can get them. You can get them covered.
That's true. That's true. My grandparents used to have a Bible salesman that would come around like once a month, and he would sell like other books, like Christian, like bookstore, like salesman. And he would come like the fourth Tuesday of every month, and his name was Al, and he was the coolest old man ever. And they would feed him supper and stuff, and he would hang out like 3 or 4 hours, and he would sell like books because like my grandfather was a huge like theological historian, like all of it. Like he could tell you from one thing to the other, and he was also a preacher. I remember that he had just books and books and books from that dude. So I'd say it's definitely you can definitely get insurance on things like that because people can spend a lot of money on that stuff.
You remember Big John, the Big John preacher from
Oh, brother, where art thou?
yeah.
Big John. They call me Big John. Yeah.
John Goodman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
His name was Big John in that, right?
Yeah. But it was
Okay.
played by John Goodman.
Yeah. I was making sure I just wasn't like attaching his name to it, but I thought it was Big John. He like beats him up with a Bible.
Yeah, with like his suitcase and stuff.
Well, he's a Bible salesman in that.
Uh-huh.
So that's what made me think of that.
Yeah,
They're like counting money at the diner or something, and he just lifts his head up like he smells it. Like they're like counting their money to pay for their meal, and he just like
yeah. He's a Cyclops. He
Yeah.
has the one eye.
yeah from
It's the
it's
Odyssey.
crazy. That is based
Homer's
off
the Odyssey.
Yep.
Yeah.
So is Wizard of Oz.
I tried to see. There's not a musical version of that. That would be so cool.
Of
for
Oh Brother?
community theater. Oh brother, yeah. Disney owns it and won't release the rights for a musical, but
You
it
need
would
to
be
call
such a
right-
good musical.
I bet George Clooney could get this squared away.
Yeah, we need somebody. to get
He's
a
from
hold of
Kentucky.
George.
He's an old Kentucky boy. We could write him a letter.
Yes, he lived with his uncle for 3 months to prepare for that movie so that he could get his country accent back. I remember that snippet.
Great
Oh, wow.
movie.
Great.
So we're about 2 weeks from anywhere. We're a geographical.
Geographical anomaly.
Yeah. We're about 2 weeks from everywhere.
I'm a dapper
He's
Dan,
bona
man.
fide.
I don't want fuck. God damn it.
I'm a dapper Dan, man. That's a good movie. It's good. He has that hair net.
So if y'all don't know about this and y'all didn't learn about it in high school, I'm pretty fair that you know this because you just said it really. But the Oh Brother Where Art Thou was based on Homer's The Odyssey.
The Odyssey, yep. The epic, The Odyssey.
The Odyssey, yeah.
Yep.
If you remember, whenever the people turned dude into a horny toad, that was the encounter with the sirens.
Mm-hmm.
The encounter with John was a Cyclops. The Great Flood, the flood that happened at
Did they fight Poseidon? Did Poseidon like take down some of their ships or something in the Odyssey?
Yeah, I don't know all of it.
I don't know.
I don't want to speak on it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I remember those connections, but
I like Dante's Inferno too. That's a good one.
yeah. Have you read all three of those?
I mean, dude, I haven't read them all the way through. I've read
I
parts.
thought you were talking about Dante's Peak, which is
That's a good one, too.
which was a
Great
Pierce
movie.
Brosnan movie about a volcano back in the 90s.
That's funny.
Oh,
That is a good movie.
Dante's a great philosopher, and he wrote several books on the afterlife, which would have been Inferno, Paradiso, and what's in between? What's the Catholics say it's in between?
A Purgatory.
Purgatorium, I think is
Yeah.
what the middle book's called. Yeah,
He
I've
also
never
did the Iliad as well, didn't he?
yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I've never read any of them except for Inferno because it goes into the several circles of hell and whatnot.
Hell
It's
yeah.
probably the most
Seven Circles of Hell.
probably I said several. I don't know. Is it seven?
Yeah, I don't know. I thought you said seven. I didn't know
Seven
if it was
sounds
seven or
right.
not.
It
Seven
sounds
does
good.
sound right.
I said several. I don't know if seven is accurate or
I
not.
don't know my Greek my Greek mythology right off the top of my head.
Yeah. Man.
That
Either
hair
way,
makes me
either way,
fucking
there's
bad.
if you can read stuff from back then, it's a difficult read. I'll say that, but it's a good read.
Takes a very takes a dictionary and a thesaurus
It takes dictionary
sometimes.
thesaurus. I don't even think I think it's like those like books like that that are so old. Like I feel like that you don't really need a class around it. You just need like other people that are reading it with you to be able to
To understand it.
talk about with.
Yeah.
To be able
Like
to
like your different views, because it's I think those kind of books, like you're meant to like interpret it your kind of way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean it's the same. I mean, and it's the same way with the Bible, in my
Yeah.
opinion, too. It's the Bible's you can read it by yourself, absolutely, but I feel like it should be studied with multiple
More people,
people.
yeah, open, yeah, different minds and different
It's
looks and different
not even
views.
like you have to study it multiple people, but it's good to talk about it with other people, like and have a
It definitely sticks more because it's so dense. Like some of it, dude, just trying to get through it.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
Like the verbiage and the language, man. Like it's very interesting. Like I do love to like study the history. Like it's very interesting. It's just some of the stuff, man. It's just so I just don't understand it. That
Mm.
and in interpreting certain things is I try to go too literal sometimes when really you don't have to do that. Like it's not meant to be that way.
I will say there's a lot of stuff that I've like just I say a lot of stuff, and I'm not going to be able to recall any of it right now. But like whenever you're talking like about the Bible, there's just so many things that could be literal that probably aren't. But
Yeah, they aren't. I don't think they
without
could
bringing
be,
them up,
but they also translate into your everyday life. So that's what's cool about that stuff because you can find it, you can pull from from it.
yeah.
And every time you read it, it means something different to you.
Yeah, like however you're
That's the good part
feeling.
about it.
Because unfortunately, that's the only time I really like read it. Sometimes, like when I'm feeling a certain way or something, then I just like, hey, it's kind of just beat into me when I was little, going to Baptist church all the time with my grandparents and stuff. Like I can look back on certain things every once, just I don't visit as much as I should. I've been watching that. We've been watching that Moses show that just got dropped on Netflix.
I'm 2.5 episodes in. I started
Where
watching this
I watched the first one. It's really good.
Pretty
Yeah.
good. Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
good. Very well done. Like
Yeah.
I can understand it, because it's got different like experts from different religions and different viewpoints too. It's all tied together.
I didn't realize that Moses is the only prophet that they tell his full story in the Quran as well.
Yeah, the Torah, the Jewish Bible, the Christian Bible, and the was
the
it
Quran.
Quran?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty important guy,
Who was
So
that? Moses or Noah?
Moses.
Noah was the ark. Moses freed the Egyptians from slavery in Egypt.
Noah's book of Genesis
I knew the
and
difference.
Moses' book of Exodus.
Missed which one y'all were saying was in both or in all three.
That's how I always remember it. Is Noah's Genesis and Moses' Exodus.
Noah and Moses.
Both in the old though, right?
Yes.
Yeah. In that documentary, I saw that, the basket that Moses was put in as a baby and sent down
Teva. I seen that.
Yeah, it is the same word as the ark
Ark.
in Hebrew language. So Noah and Moses both rode in an ark and that was kind of to save their people.
Yeah, dude, I didn't even realize like that. I did learn a bunch. Like they say, like Moses, like they had to like keep him hidden for 3 months when he was a baby before they did that. Like because they wanted like the Pharaoh ordered all Hebrew kids to be killed, all Hebrew sons to be killed, and his mom hid him for 3 months until he was strong enough that she thought to float him down the river and just hope they were better people down the river. And he got picked up by the Pharaoh's daughter, I think, and she raised him as her own, and he was raised the Prince of Egypt.
That was a good cartoon back in the day. The
It
Prince
was.
of Egypt.
I remember going to watch that. But yep, it was good.
Man, there are some really good animated movies back in like the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, they're really good. Five Goes West.
Five Goes West.
An
What
American
was the one
Tale.
about Atlantis?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I know what you're talking about the Lost City of Atlantis, I guess.
Maybe, I don't know, but it. I mean, those.
I always liked Fern Gully. That's a good one.
Fern Gully was tight.
Yeah,
and the Brave Little Toaster.
Yep. Oh yeah.
That's a lost
vacuum
gem.
that fucked people up. The big vacuum was like real grumpy.
Yeah, man. I was kind of scared of that thing for a little bit. I used to watch it a lot though.
I always felt sad for that little blanket. Like, wasn't there a little because he was such a pussy.
Yep.
And I was like, this poor little guy.
Yeah, it was Atlantis, the Lost Empire. I did not see this. So Atlantis, the Lost Empire was also the same as I think it was the same creators of the no, it wasn't, because I don't think the Disney is what I was thinking of. The train thing that they do every year in Bowling Green.
The Polar Express.
Polar Express, that's not Disney, right?
No. It's like
exactly.
Imagination or whatever. Illumination maybe or some shit.
So the Atlantis, the Lost Empire Disney movie reminds me of that for whatever reason. But yeah.
What's y'all's favorite animated Disney movie growing up?
Toy Story.
Like the one you would watch anytime, like you just put in.
The Fox and the Hound.
Oh, it's sad. It's a sad one, really.
Toy Story.
I just love that Fox.
Fox and the Hound. I liked Rescuers Down Under.
Rescuers Down Under.
It was the little boy that was in Australia. Like the opening scenes, like there's the eagle, like on like this like perch, and these poachers are trying to get the eagle eggs, and like he saves the eagle. It's a one that people don't really like ever talk about, but I used to watch it almost every night.
I watch Five Goes West a whole lot too.
That's a good one.
Oh, I remember this now. Huh. Rescuers Down Under.
Dude, I love that movie.
I forgot about this, but I do remember it.
Yep.
Wow. Were these mouse people like in other the
Mouse Detective? It's the Great Mouse Detective.
Okay. Yep.
So
I like that.
That's a good one. Yeah, it's a good one.
Radigan.
Yep.
Radigan, like the bad guy Radigan.
Yes.
I feel like this has came up already in the past 9 months on this podcast. We've talked about Radigan before.
I don't know.
Radigan, the bad guy from Five something, whatever that's from.
We may have.
Rogan says the same stuff every 3 episodes. Dude.
We talk all day, every day, 7 days a week.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying we're bringing the same thing up again. I just thought it was funny, like that it came up in a different way than it did the other time.
Don't you grind my gears?
Don't you grind my fucking gears, boy?
Oh yeah,
doing on you. We all think about this fucking bridge situation,
dude. That's wild, isn't it?
Nick, you know about
that was a fun thing to wake up to the other day. The first thing I looked at on my phone was Wes sent this barge crashing into this bridge. It wasn't a barge; it was like a tanker, wasn't it, or a shipping?
Yeah, it was a cargo
freighter.
Crater, yeah, cargo crater,
cargo freighter.
Oh, I thought you said crater. I was like
freighter. It did make a crater.
Am I sharing my screen right now?
You're not.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, that brings us to our next advertisement.
Hold on 1 second. If you want event one participant can share at a time. Can you hit share screen at the bottom?
I thought I did.
I can. It's green.
You just hit share screen.
Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to go into it.
All right, move on.
Are you or a loved one suffering from severe side effects after taking ward away? You're not alone. Smith & Smith Law Firm is here to fight for you. The same law firm that fought beside you against United Trinity Heart Health. Our experienced team is currently leading a class action lawsuit against Wardaway for its severe side effects, including increased risk of infections, depression, anxiety, or suicidal thoughts, gastrointestinal issues such as severe diarrhea and vomiting and gastrointestinal bleeding, erectile dysfunction, and loss of libido. Don't suffer in silence. Join our fight for justice. Contact Smith & Smith Law Firm today for a free consultation. You deserve compensation for your pain and suffering. Man, I love those guys over at Smith & Smith Law Firm. I'll tell you what, I had gastrointestinal bleeding from taking Wardaway, and they got me the money I deserved in a fast and orderly fashion. And I cannot thank Smith & Smith Law Firm any more than I do today.
Is that John Smith and John Smith?
Where's that ward at?
It's gone.
Okay.
Yeah, but I traded it for rectal bleeding. Yeah.
It's fun cousin.
At least.
Oh, these were genital warts, Wes. These weren't thumb warts.
Oh.
Yeah.
I misunderstood. My bad.
Gross.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
What what were we not? What were we just talking about?
We were talking about the damn boat hitting the bridge. Then we started talking about genital warts and fucking Smith & Smith Law Firm.
What do you think about this boat hitting the bridge, though? So that
Did another one hit? Did a second one hit this week?
No, dude, the other one's still stuck in the damn column of the other one. They're trying to clean it up, aren't they?
I don't know. Is that true?
I know that one part that failed, they said it failed and it's so long that it's stuck into the bottom of the channel. It's only 50 foot deep. So it's like a fence underneath there. So they're going to have to cut sections of this damn bridge out before they can clean the boat out.
Is that are you talking about in Baltimore?
Yeah, Baltimore, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Army Corps of Engineers. They said it's going to take years to get it back right.
No, they says I actually heard this today. It's going to take 4 to 5 years to get that bridge back.
Yep, it's going to cost a lot. They said in Commerce because it was a really busy bridge.
It was a.
I don't doubt it, and it's funny enough because there's definitely insurance on that bridge. But then Biden was like, the taxpayers are going to pay for this, and the fucking insurance company was like, hell yeah, we're not going to have to pay out on this. What the fuck? What's the point in any of that?
Sounds fishy to me.
Sounds fucking stupid to me.
I don't know how it rammed. That big ass boat rammed the one piece in the middle of the damn harbor or whatever it was.
You saw it lose. I mean, you saw it lose power at least twice.
Looks like he was aimed right towards that column. He just shut the damn power off. So, well, here we go.
I'm blind.
Yeah, I can't see.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Where was that boat from? The crew. There were no Americans on that crew.
There was nobody on the boat whenever it hit the bridge.
Yeah, it was like most controlled.
It could
remotely.
be so whenever it's in the port like that, it's being remote controlled.
By somebody like a tower.
It's being controlled by like a tower because the people on the tower know what. The people on the tower know what the port looks like, as far as like how deep it is, where it's deep and whatnot. So they know where to take the boats at.
You think they knew that
so that's
bridge
why
was
it's
there?
hard to really. What?
They knew that bridge was there?
Yeah.
They have Ray Charles driving the boat that day?
Well,
First day.
Based on what I've known, I've read a lot of different things, but as far as I know, that boat was not manned whenever it got hit. Also, as far as what I've learned is like it shouldn't have just been able to shut off like that. It should have had at least just a third redundancy, but
that goes back to that they ain't gonna take our jobs, you know, them AIs and stuff. If had there been a person on that boat, it would have never crashed.
We'd have got our oars out. I mean, like paddle right.
Well, there could have been like maintenance or something, or maybe could have done something before it just rammed the damn one pillar in the middle of the water.
I mean, it wasn't moving fast. It was only going 4 or 5 knots. And that's what somebody mentioned.
Weighed a million
like,
pounds.
It wasn't going that fast. Why did it take it down? I was like, would you see how loaded that thing was?
Yeah, it was millions of pounds.
Tons that was going at 4 to 5 knots, and 4 to 5 knots is like 20 mile an hour.
And in choppy water, you know, right there in a port, I'm sure it's shitty water.
By several tons at 20 miles an hour.
Well, I think you get around a boat that big, it just pulls you in. You know, like if you're in a little boat around a big boat like that, it's sucking you in towards it the whole time. Like you can't get out of the wake.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's crazy how much force they have.
If anybody here knows anything about sucking,
It's Josh.
gosh.
Yeah, dude. Man.
Um.
Or it's Nick's mom.
Oh, oh! Shout out! Shout out!
Shout
And
out.
Mom, if you're listening to this.
I didn't condone any of that.
Who
April Fools.
was it that
Hey,
told their mom? Who was it that told their mom I was talking about them on social media one time? I forgot. Somebody said something on social media, and I commented your mom, and then they told their mom.
Oh, I don't remember. I know one time you said something about my sister. And I told
You and your little brother and sister were babies, and she was in a prom dress, and I thought it was your mom, and I was like, God, no, Rhonda looks good. And then your oldest
yeah,
sister commented on it, was like, Nick, that's me. And I said, God, dog, Brooke looked good.
man,
I don't care
what
who
a
it is.
mess. Y'all wild,
I don't care who it is.
wow. I know you don't care. That's a fact. Well, do we have anything else?
what about this Tom and Bert vodka venture that they're going on?
Porosos. I
What do you
wish I
think
could
about it?
partake and try it out.
For Bears.
What do you think about it though? What do you think about celebrities backing vodka or making not vodka's a wild choice in general because vodka's not it doesn't take much to make a good vodka, but celebrities endorsing a liquor, it's
So
just to make them more money, right?
what I
Yeah,
have
I mean,
figured out is there is a bunch of alcohol out there, whiskeys, vodka, stuff like that distillers have made that don't have an owner, don't have a name. And then like Bert and Tom would just go test, like let's say they would test 20 vodkas and they'd be like, oh, we want to buy this specific taste right here. And they'll just buy it from the distiller. So that's how they come into possession of something like that, kind of like Mark Norman and who's his partner?
Sam Real,
Yeah, and what's their whiskey?
Bodega Cat.
Yeah, Bodega Cat. That's basically what you do. You just go taste test them, and it's like, yep, here's $750,000. But
let's make this brand and make it ours.
yeah,
Which is kind
if
of
they didn't buy it, it's not like they're putting anybody. I mean, I guess they're stealing sales from other vodkas, but they're not putting anybody out of business. So
The other day, Bert Kreischer had Donnell Rollins on There's Something Burning, and he asked Donnell, and Donnell strictly drinks Tito's and soda. And he said, Donnell, he goes, how about instead of a Tito's and soda, you have a Porosos and soda? And Donnell said, nah, how about I have a Tito's and soda? So funny. Now, I think it's genius for Bert. Yeah, I think it's, if anybody should have any kind of alcohol brand, it should be Bert Kreischer,
Yeah.
really. And that's him, because he is that person. I think Tom just wants to be a billionaire so bad he can't stand it.
yeah,
Dude, he don't even look the same as he did when I first started being his fan. Like he's had a whole transformation from 10 years ago, 12 years ago.
yeah.
I was saying
Man.
that just the vodka thing is weird.
Yeah.
I think
miss
I'll be
Fat
honest.
Tom.
I think Sam and Mark. I don't know why they decided to do a whiskey. Being from New York, like they should
Yeah,
have
it's
done.
weird.
They should have
Gin or
been.
something.
They should have been the vodka people, in my opinion. But
I
whatever.
just think vodka is probably the easiest one to probably make or cheapest to make, probably because there's not a whole lot of aging or storage.
Yeah. There's no aging involved in it. It's like, yeah, it takes a little bit more time to make a good vodka, but like at the same time, it's vodka's trait is to not taste like anything.
Yeah, you just mix it. Yeah, it's just a mixer.
Just a mixer. So
Yeah.
why would you make a premium vodka?
Yeah, I always bought like middle of the road back when I used to drink. I would never buy top shelf vodka. Like, why would you do
No.
that?
Well, at this point in time, like you can get Tito's. Like Tito's is not very expensive.
How
Like,
much is it now? 30, $40?
it's $20 for a fifth.
Well, that's not bad.
We used to make this stuff in college called Bullfrog, and
With Mountain Dew?
yeah, you would
Yeah.
empty out the Mountain Dew bottle. You'd empty out to here, and then fill the rest with a fifth of vodka, and then put 2 Kool-Aid packets in it. And boy,
Golly.
Yeah.
Sounds like a
Yeah.
headache from hell.
Yeah.
2 people could drink it. I mean, now, 30 years old, I could drink that whole thing by myself in probably an hour, and you wouldn't know the difference. But back then, 2 of us could drink on that and be lit, son.
Lit.
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 1.5
Long
gonna
Island
float.
iced tea.
So Candace Owens had a baby shower today. It was pretty uneventful. It was just very white.
I'm sure. She's white, isn't she?
Candace Owens has the whitest baby shower. That's
It was. She was the only person of color there.
yeah.
It's kind of weird.
That's a stretch.
Is it? I saw the
Yeah.
picture. I don't think.
No,
there's-
for her, for you to say that about her,
What?
being the only person of
Someone's
color there.
Very black.
Well, I know, but she's not really.
She's extremely black. Oh, as far as pigment, yeah, okay.
Yeah, yeah. I
But yeah, it
doing
was
some
just a
satire
very
there.
weird Easter
missed it.
picture. Oh, it was very weird. She was
Bunch of
really
Uncle Toms.
trying to get on the conservative side on that one, I guess. What are you looking at?
That's not bad. You can say that.
What?
I'm not going to say it again, but you can say it.
Yeah, Wes missed a couple beats on that last episode.
Did I?
Yeah, a couple. They're quick
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did proof it a little bit before I put it out yesterday, and I was like, it's okay.
Y'all have no
bro.
y'all have no idea how much time I've spent in that.
Oh, I do know how long it takes. I can only imagine how long it took you. I mean, it would have took me twice as long. I'd have been like, God, I would have had to stop and just pulled my hair out.
Oh, I'm so close to finishing the video too, and I'm gonna do everything I can to be able to like at least get that video out before we put this video out this coming
Yeah.
week.
You got about 2 days.
Yeah, well, there's just like 10
'Cause I'm gonna be on
seconds.
schedule.
There's 10 seconds of screen share I need to delete.
Oh, okay. From where we pulled it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as I can get that gone without a.
I wonder if you could get a sticker, like that you text with or something, like just on your and just like put it over the whole screen.
Oh no! See, I already did that, but I thought we don't pay for the premium, whatever, etc. So like, yeah, this would have all been done had I just decided to spend $180 on
Yeah, man, dude.
premium
We
license or whatever.
We done been getting daggone nickel and dime to death on this podcast.
Yeah, I'm trying to be cheap right now.
Yeah.
Speaking of nickel and diamond, let's talk about if you want to order a Fine By Me t-shirt. Email the podcast. Josh, tell them the email there, bud.
It's fine by me 864 the numbers at gmail.com. That's fine by me 864 at gmail.com.
$10.
Blue shirts with the logo. Show them the shirt, Josh. Stand up. Yeah.
I'm not going to stand up because I don't have my leg on.
Yeah, he doesn't have his leg on.
You ain't got no pants on.
It's true, dude. I got my
It's a good
nub out.
shirt. It's a good shirt. $10. Like if you want us to get it to you in a distance, give us like $5 extra for shipping or some shit, and I'll ship
man.
it to you. Like I'm fine to do that legwork or whatever. and
How
get
much
it
did
to
we
you.
say they cost?
$10.
10, 5.
Yeah, that's a deal, dude. That's a steal.
$10
But we
for a
might.
shirt.
I want a piece of history.
If you're within a reasonable distance, we might hand deliver these suckers.
Yeah,
Nick said he'll bring it
Yeah.
to you.
yeah.
So
So
I've already field trip.
I've already sold a few on my end, and my first 2 that I sold were to Puerto Rico and Pennsylvania. That's
Puerto
where
Rico?
Really?
that's where the first 2 got delivered to.
Hell yeah.
Josh keeps. I need one here and I need one there on my.
Well, I'm done
He's
now.
Eating in the profit over here.
Well, you just take it out of my cut.
Well,
Of what?
so I still need
The
medium.
profits?
Yeah, the profits.
The
Yeah, just put it
medium-
back in the business.
The medium that is going to Puerto Rico is not actually in my possession yet. It's still at Nick's house.
It's on the way though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we can get all 3 of us in the same room.
Money's already been spent. It's coming when it comes. Be all right.
Did they get it for $10
Yeah.
shipped?
No.
You say you can't be telling people you're shipping it for free to Puerto Rico and saying you'll charge $5 to ship it to
no.
Iowa.
Pennsylvania gave me $20. Puerto Rico gave me $20.
Damn, that's pretty good. We making money off shipping now.
International fees.
The international.
International.
Puerto Rico.
Actually,
lives
Puerto
there.
Rico is
Puerto
national.
Rico is in the States, isn't it?
Yeah, it's operated. Is it operated under the United States Postal Service though?
Yeah, it's minor outline, whatever.
And the Virgin Islands as well. They're also United States. St. Thomas
probably-
and St. Martin.
And we'll probably figure out a way to get Haiti under our possession here in the next year or so as well.
Yeah, we're working on
It's
it.
cheap right
Yeah.
now. Land's
Yeah.
cheap.
Land's cheap.
I'm gonna buy a house over there if I can. Hell, fuck it.
Me too. Yeah, they need
Man,
insurance.
you fit right in over there.
They need insurance in Haiti.
Wes would
Haiti.
stick out like a sore thumb in Haiti.
Look at this tall white.
Yeah, who's this big Irish fuck?
Who's this tall white?
What is this guy doing over here?
Look around that
Guys
gringo.
know how to
Oh, they don't
swim?
speak Spanish over
They
there.
be
What
sizing you up to build a smoker big enough to put you in.
are
Well, then pull behind deals.
they-
Oh, what
Oh,
else?
Have a feast.
Hold on, there's got to be at least one more thing, guys, before we close this out. What we got going? What else we got going on? Did we talk about Trans Day visibility?
Yeah, Easter Sunday.
All right, let me mark that off.
I can talk about a funny Easter story that I did to my brother back when we were little.
Let's do it. To close
oh
this
yeah,
out. Let's do
I
it to
love
close
this
out.
story.
So whenever I was in like kindergarten or first grade, my best friend was a black kid, and we're still friends to this day. I'm not going to say his name on the podcast, but
Wow.
I just don't want to. And he also had a little brother. Obviously, he was black as well, and he was friends with my little brother. So I wanted a black little brother too. So on Easter Sunday, we all got ready for church, and me and my brother shared a bedroom. He would have been 4 at the time. And he'd let me do anything, man. He trusted me, and I was the older brother. I'd do things for him and stuff. Well, he sat down, and like we already got dressed. He had this nice little collar, like little jumper on, like this little Easter suit. Well, I took a Sharpie while my parents was getting ready, and I colored his whole face, hairline, ears, all the way down to his collar black with a Sharpie, neck and all. I mean, this motherfucker looked like an X-Men. He was like covered in black, and he had blonde curls, so he was just dude. It stuck out, and he smiled. All you see is his white teeth. Well, I got done doing that. Well, my mom come walking in there, dude, and I got a beating like I never got before, dude. This dude, it took them 3 days, and like nail polish remover, acetone, rubbing alcohol to get this stuff, and he was like stained for like a month, like dingy, like dirty for a month. I'm talking, I got like the back of his neck and everything. I want a black brother.
The first person ever to do Easter blackface.
Yeah, that's a true story. That's 100% true.
Oh.
How old were you?
6.
Yeah, we can't persecute you then.
No, heathen since day
Heathen.
one. Yeah,
Even day one.
since day
You and
one.
Justin Trudeau, you know,
Yep, that's right.
and Bill Clinton, I think.
And
Bill Clinton went to a holiday party.
and
in
Jimmy
blackface.
Kimmel did blackface too. He was Carl Malone.
Yep.
Yeah. Dave Chappelle
The
did
postman.
blackface.
Yeah, he can pull off. He can do whatever he wants. Yeah, like have y'all ever noticed how like some people just get away with like Adam Sandler? Like this dude is so dirty and cusses and stuff, but has so many family movies. Like you don't even think about like him being like some like his humor being gross, but he just gets a pass because he's Adam Sandler. Sometimes you're like, it's all right. It's just Adam Sandler.
Louis C.K. I mean,
It's just a Sandman.
Louis C.K. Has. I don't want to throw the man under the bus or anything, but he has said the N word on stage.
Yeah, he does, but it's part of his
Yeah.
routine though. Like it's
Yeah.
like he doesn't do it like in a racist, like in
No.
a racist way. He talks about Mark Twain saying the dude's name in Huckleberry Finn.
Yeah.
It's something Tom is his name. Y'all can place the word there. in
Jim.
your head. Yeah, Jim. That's right.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
that's the
changed
whole
it.
joke.
They changed it to Black Jim.
Yeah.
And then there was a comedian that was talking about it, and he said, "Why not just call him Jim?"
Yeah, why does he gotta have a
Yeah.
color?
Yeah,
That's what makes it racist, is when you
Yeah.
have to do that.
why not just call him Jim?
When you make it a point to not make it racist, you're usually being racist.
Yeah,
Because you're thinking about it racist in your head already, or you wouldn't be making
Yeah.
it a point to not be racist.
boy, I remember when we read that book in high school.
Whenever
had
you
to
got to
make
start
sure-
a sentence out that says, I'm not trying to be racist, but
We had to make sure that the the paragraphs lined up to where the white kids weren't
that's
reading that
hilarious.
paragraph.
Oh, I don't even think we worried about that in Scottsville.
No, dude, I don't think we worried about it in my English class. I'm sure somebody read it.
Uh,
I know a fact. Somebody wanted to read it.
Well, I mean, I'll be honest. In Scottsville, there was no way to
Y'all didn't even read Huckleberry Finn over
there
there,
was,
did you?
well, there was only like one black dude in my whole class. So
Yeah, that's true.
if he just happened to be in that English class that was reading Huckleberry Finn,
You're not near as urban as one town over
yeah, it's true.
in the big metropolis we're from.
That's fair. That's fair.
all right, guys. Well, good episode. Thanks for listening. All the way from Puerto Rico to Pennsylvania.
Bringing it in.
And by me.
Have a good
Okay.
one.
Love
Bye.
y'all.
He does. Bye.
We all do.
Take a load off and grab a seat. Pull up a chair, prop up the feet. That's fine by me. Fine by me. Yeah. It's podcast.